Hello there, and welcome to my channel, Novice Modelling and the Midlife Crisis. My name is Andy and I'm the Novice Modeller. And today it's Messerschmitt's on Monday again, and it's What's in the Box kit review number 390. And as you may be aware, normally on Mondays we have a look at a different BF109 from my stash. Although last week we did kind of change it up a little bit and we had a look at this Special Hobby ME209V4 SH72221, and we'll be doing that next week. We'll have a look at a different type of Messerschmitt, but today we're going to be having a look at this one, which is the AZ7677, a BF109E-3 titled Bulgarian Eagles, and this comes from a new AZ tooling in 2020. And this particular boxing came out in 2021, according to ScaleMates. And as we can see from the box art, we get three quite different variants that we can mark this one up as, but we'll have a look at those in a minute. So we'll have a look at the parts and the instructions as well. There's only two sprues to go through, so this shouldn't take too much of your time. So we'll have a look at the fuselage first. And as we can see, we've got a nice rendering of some rivet marks along the meeting point, or the joining point between the wing and the fuselage there, where we've got the same sort of markings along the tail. We've got a whole selection of small access points along there, as we can see. There's the engine mounting. See some faint detail at the top there as well, which is pretty good. The interior comes with a detailed impression of some equipment that goes in the cockpit. That is essentially slightly different on the other side, and again, really nice fine detail right the way along the side of that fuselage, with different panels and different bits of detailing. There isn't really much in the way of mounting points. So yeah, there is some actually here at the front here. There we go, we've got mounting points on this one. I didn't notice those before. And obviously the tail joins together here, so the actual rudder is already attached. Got a couple of parts of the tail. I think that's the undersurface and that's the top surface. We have the front section for the engine where the twin machine guns fire. Got some pedals. We have a bomb as well. Look at that. Bomb to put together. Looks like the bomb mounting. Got a few other small parts here. There's the pilot's stick. A couple of cannon, I'm reckoning. Pitot tube. I think these little bits here go on the wings. Got a couple of undercarriage mounts, nicely detailed. Choice of 3 different propeller spinners. There's the propeller spinner mount. Got a detailed cockpit control display. Got a fuel tank. Quite a bit of detail on there as well. That's going to be our fuel tank mount. Is that part of the floor, that piece? I'm not sure. And then we're back onto our fuselage. Undersurface of the wings. That looks nice. Loads of fine detail going on there. We have a little bit of detail for the ribbing of the interior of the wings, where our wheels will expose the interior there. Ailerons are already pre-fitted. That's nice. That looks nice, this one. We get 2 options on wheels for our undercarriage. Undercarriage has got some detail on as well. Look at that. That's pretty good. These 2 wheels go in the fuselage somewhere. These little bits here are part of the vents or intakes. That's the cockpit floor. Again, you've got a load of detail there. Obviously our seat goes in here. engine manifolds, and back on the other wing. So that looks pretty good. We get a little clear plastic canopy, and there's a piece, I think that's a piece of supposedly bulletproof glass that fits at the rear behind the pilot's head. Obviously we get a whole load of different decals for this. So we get a load of standard BF109E stencils, including some cockpit display and some seatbelt harnesses. I can barely make out what these things are, to be honest with you. Can you see them? Then we get our 3 colourful Bulgarian roundel sets, or roundel and squares. Let's have a look at what they actually represent. So this one here, which is pretty nice with these sort of, I'm not going to say Maltese cross, but it looks something like that. I'm sure there's a proper technical name for it, but I haven't got a clue what it is. So we've got 109E-3A, Bulgarian Air Force, Karlovo, Marinopole, Airfield, October 1941. That looks pretty nice, interesting. Plain green top, easy to paint. Then we have Bulgarian Air Force, Sarajevo, 1941, Stojanov, with a nice yellow nose, where they've adopted something similar to the German crosses. Pale blue undersides, and now we've got a splinter pattern camouflage. And then we've got this one here, which is 109E-3 Strela, number 17047. Oh, I'm not even trying reading that one. Karlovo Airfield, winter 1945-46. That obviously represents the Bulgarian markings after World War II. It's a pretty cool camouflage setup, that though, isn't it? Retain the pale blue undersides there. So let's have a quick look at the instructions. I won't read out the blurb because everybody knows what a 109 is, and it's just standard stuff for a 109. There's nothing particularly interesting about Bulgaria on there. So we get a full-on look at the sprues, detailing a few parts in red that aren't required, not many. And we've got the build-up of the cockpit instrument panel, which looks pretty good. We've got port console, starboard console on the interior of the cockpit, showing us how to paint them. Got these little wheels that go on, and then we're going to start building up the cockpit interior with the seat. Oh, we've got a gun sight in there somewhere as well. Didn't notice that. Putting the instrument display in. Choice of spinner for our propeller. And as we can see, we're going to put that all together in 10 and 11. Now we have the wings, which we're going to put together with these little vents that are going to go in there. Undercarriage being prepared and put in. And there's the propeller going on. Now these AZ kits are generally available. They do a whole load of them, and I've got a whole bunch of them myself. They're generally available for sort of 15, 16 pounds, a little bit less, a little bit more, depending on which one you go for and whether they're still in production or not. But I think that's a pretty interesting addition to anyone's collection, especially if you're like me and like these slightly more interesting, I think, smaller nation air forces of World War II. Maybe you should get into that, because that looks pretty cool. I like that one, but it looks kind of hard. I like that one as well. That looks kind of easier though. Anyway, so yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Quick little look at the AZ 7677 Bulgarian Eagles BF109E3 Messerschmitt. We'll be back tomorrow with probably something about tanks, I think. So thanks very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe. And if you haven't seen that one yet, I'll put a link up here now, so you can go and have a look at it. Thanks for watching. Be seeing you.